Welcome to Nashville, Tennessee, Music City, USA, and home to the Commodores of Vanderbilt, who hope today they will hit all of the right notes. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on another team from the SEC, the Vanderbilt Commodores. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Commodores will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense takes the field. And there's a man who believes he is always open. that swag and that aura of a big-time playmaker, guys.
He's got to catch the football. If you're the quarterback coming into this one, you are looking for this guy early, and David, you're looking for him often.
And this offense better find ways to feature him. Find him, like you said, Jesse, early, often, deep, shallow. Get this man the football.
Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward. Let your receiver do the rest. Only got to get a few yards. Nice job. Nice execution. First down.
Off the play fake on first down. And a little too much adrenaline on that throw never gave his receiver a chance. 2nd and 10 here. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Looking to throw, it's Rashada. Going downfield for the big play. Pulls it in on the left. And he breaks into the open. Touchdown, Georgia! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Really nice job working the route and getting. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 or on the year.
And the extra point is good. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Commodores' offense will go to work for the first time today. And if these two guys wind up getting matched up, David, we'll see what wins, speed or force.
Yeah, and you love to be physical and set the tone, and this linebacker does that consistently. Now, Jesse, keeping up with the speed on the other side, that's a different animal.
Might be different, but we're going to see this receiver work underneath on some drag routes. You better be careful. You do not want to get caught in the wash against this linebacker.
Back to the ground game on the left. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. All by himself down the middle. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Vandy.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
They want to go for back-to-back scores. They're lining up for the onside kick. looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
Well, I give them a lot of credit for having guts. You normally don't see onside kicks until the very end of the game. Here we are in the first quarter, and they tried one, but it didn't work. So their defense now has to come out here and bail them out.
He's got it. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. So it's not just a strong running game. The Dogs can be dangerous with those weapons up top.
And I think when you've seen Georgia really dominate in college football over the last several years, it's because they've been more aggressive, more willing to throw the football early downs, trust their quarterback, not just the ground game.
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And that is priority number one for defenses. Get to the quarterback, affect him, get hits on him. They do it right here. Get there first. Last game, by the way, last time out, they had 5. Let's see what this defense can continue to do.
Quick completion on the out. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Great job by the defense winning those early downs. Now you get them in a predictable situation. 3rd and long. You bring in more DBs, more speed, more fun blitz packages. Get to have a little fun. Go get the quarterback.
And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. Every everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. It's good. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Boise State looked like a bunch of world beaters. I think a lot of people forget just how much this program dominated the WAC and Mountain West conferences, and they're a problem again. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. He's going to let it go. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Throws at the perimeter of the field can be so tricky for a quarterback. You've got to be pinpoint accurate and have great timing. You didn't see it there from the QB.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And he got smacked just as he released the pass.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. You kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's. And that play had no chance. And you sell pass, and you want to sneak the draw in there. The idea is to get those defensive linemen, Palmer, running up the field. But it's almost like they knew what was coming, and they shut that down quick.
Yeah, and so you're running the play. It's not going to be a great look defensively. As a quarterback, then, you've got to do a real good job of trying to sell pass. And I think he just hurried it a little bit too much. That play didn't look like it was going to have a chance anyways. But the quarterback, he's got to be a better actor on those draw plays.
The Bulldogs have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He's knocked down at the 34, but they're sort of hitting them in the mouth with a 6-yard pickup there. 6-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 4. To the air, it's Rashada. Looking to the big tight end. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. And now this offense will try to figure out a way to move the chains after that 2nd down incompletion. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can.
He gets a hand on it, it's blocked. He picks it up. That's a live flying down the left side. The 30. At the 20. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
On the move from inside his 5. He's not going to make it to the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 17. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
And that's where quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. But the longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
To the air, it's Rashada. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
And nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Yeah, this offense is going to try to run the ball and do it in a variety of ways. You'll see zone reads. You'll just see straight downhill running. We'll get the toss play going as well to try to keep this defense on their heels.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll go to the air. The quick out. They make the stop, and that'll bring the first quarter to a close. Well, guys, Vanderbilt has the lead here as the quarter comes to a close. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period.
Go!
Quarterback will audible. He wants to throw. He rifles one deep to the left. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. After the misfire, it's second down. Now on the option. Now the pitch. Just a 1-yard gain leaves them with 3rd and 9. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Motion from the offense. To the air. It's Lagway. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Makes the pass. Got his man. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. The Commodores are moving quickly down the field.
Black 24. Easy.
He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Makes a connection. Touchdown, Commodores! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, it's a 21-10 game. Touchdown drive covered 61 yards. And they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. He'll bring it out. It's White. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to playmakers.
3rd and short, they've got them backed up inside the 20, and the D can get the ball back here. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. Georgia sends out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to.
Going for it all. That pass is intercepted, but he's out of bounds, so it'll go down as an incompletion and a stroke of good luck for the quarterback. They'll try to get on the same page this time. 2nd and 10 from the 31. Spits it out to the back. This time he's got it. Finding open areas. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a 1st down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Tried to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of it.
And those guys are really hard to find. A lot of corners, they're smaller. They don't want any part of the physical run game. Nice job sticking his face in there, setting the edge, making the tackle. Offensive linemen love when you sneak in draws, when you sneak in screens. It holds these defensive linemen accountable. You want to rush the quarterback, you want to fly upfield every single play, we'll sneak right behind you and get some yardage.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Bates to catch. There to make the stop, and he is a weapon out of the backfield in the short passing game, and they've got a first down. And the Commodores come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. From the gun, the give, looking for room. They'll make the stop, and he gets 4 on the play. Ball's at the 25.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Here we go.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line.
Griffin.
To the air, it's Lagway. Fires to the right. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Missed opportunity on offense. QB and receiver just not on the same page there.
They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long.
Ringo. Slab. Lion.
They want to throw it. Quick completion on the out route. And he's marked down right there, but a good pickup, and it'll be a first down. The Commodores are threatening in the red zone. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. The run from the shotgun. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defense?
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Ready up.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10.
Set. Hut.
Running back goes in motion. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Got his man on the right. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Well, the drag routes put in this playbook to fight against man-to-man coverage. So there you see the receiver using his speed, working his way across the field. He gets separation on the DB, trying to trail him, makes the catch, turns it upfield for the first.
And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. They'll run the option. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown Doors! No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
1st and goal. You know what's coming. They know what's coming. Can you stop it? And you can. Pound the football straight ahead. Get in for 6. Nice job by the big fella.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Coming out with it, it's White. And that's the end of the line for the return man, but still business to attend to. A penalty marker is down. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense set on 1st down.
29 Philly.
Looking to pass. It's Rashada. They're bringing heat. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
4-2 Spider.
Trying play action. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Not much feels better to an offense than to get some breathing room with an explosive play like that. Now 1st and 10 from the 39. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, going up top. He lost one down the sideline. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Georgia lining up to punt it away. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin them back deep in their own end. And they'll down this just inside the 35-yard line. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And he makes the catch inside the 25. Touchdown, Vandy. And they take it in for 6 more points.
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown, and that's pretty much what just happened there.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
You just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, a stirring start to things today in Nashville as we say hello from our broadcast studios. The passing game for both sides has been outstanding. On point, unrelenting. They've excelled in the short game, the intermediate game, and especially on the deep ball. All in all, a thrilling display of offensive firepower, and these defenses have a lot to discuss here at halftime. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at First Bank Stadium.
And the Bulldogs will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the 2nd half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense.
Let's go!
Looking for a man. It's Lagway. Coming after him. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often, and with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Quarterback checking the play. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. And there was nowhere to go for this. Down he goes. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. It's caught. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And in this offense, you know, as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up some pretty big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000 yards on the season.
Hornet. Yep.
Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust.
Gaucho.
Trying to find his man on first down. It's caught downfield. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. And the route is on. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, a very interesting scene playing out right now in this marquee top 25 matchup. Pitt is ahead early in the Steel City, but that's not exactly Tony Dorsett out there running the ball. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 11 over Florida State. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover.
I love those smashes where you can hear it up here, Reese. Goodness gracious, you can hear the contact. Such a big lick. The offensive guy doesn't hold on to the football. Huge momentum swing. Big turnover forced by the defense.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
When you're on defense and you get to play outside linebacker, it's about as good as it gets, right? I get to rush the passer just like this and put him on the ground. Then I get to cover in space. I get to move all over the place. Great job by the outside linebacker. The most fun position to play in college football.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
And they can't make the play on third down. Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. And very important not only to generate power, but to find his mark, a 49-yard try from the left. Splits the uprights, it's good. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They coughed it up on that last drive, but the defense really bailed them out, holding him to a field goal, Jesse.
Yeah, and I think the offense kind of got away from their identity a little bit on that last drive, David. They got to kind of get back to doing what they do.
Yeah, and hold on to the football. I mean, defense just did their job. Stopped them, held them to a field goal, limited the damage. Now it's time for the offense to get the momentum going again.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where you can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. Picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's got the tight end. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. The Dogs have it with a 1st and 10. Grabbed behind the line. It's Humphreys. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14.
2-9 Philly.
Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. A 3rd and long coming up here. These corners backing off a bit. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Got a wide open receiver. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. And the Dogs are moving quickly down the field.
42 Spider. 4.
They'll try the run. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
Leaves it with the running back. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. 3rd and short from the 49 is this 4-down territory. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Been showing them the run, now they'll throw it. Finds the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. The hand to the running back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Finds his big tight end. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. And they'll put 3 on the board, but the deficit remains huge. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play call. Hit the afterburners, kid. And that was a huge run that almost went to the house. The defense kept him from scoring. After that huge play, they've now got it inside the 30. It's 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. Intercepted. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times, in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Already find a hole in that secondary. And they'll move the chains with the first down, but that might be it for the 3rd quarter. Well, guys, Vanderbilt has the lead here as the quarter comes to a close. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. That kind of play will send a surge of energy through your offense. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 40. And he can't make the connection on his first attempt. Let's see if he settles down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They had the big play to start the drive, but a couple of misfires now leaves us with 3rd and 10. Back to the air one more time. Catch in the middle, it's Evans. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs.
Lasso!
To the air on first down. Using the quick game. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
Man, and we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him move him inside. You see him move him outside. You see him move him in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot and just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
Georgia hunkers down in the red zone. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Robinson. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And as a defense, a lot of times you're coming into the game and you're just trying to limit the damage when you play a really great quarterback. And they've done more than that today. They have dominated this football game. The offense has carried their weight, and this is looking like a great outcome.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be fourth down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! The result of this game is going to sting for sure, but you've got to continue to build, you've got to improve, and you can take some positives out of this late hustle and build for next week.
There's always positives, and coaches are always looking for those things that we did well. What did we do well so we can do more of it in the future? Finding some things here late that they did well.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. From the shotgun, the inside give. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Toss sweep. Try to get it outside to the right. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. Boy, could they use a conversion on third and short from their own 24. Dropping back, it's Lagway. Quickly complete. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. And it's another 1st and 10 play. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Here they're trying to get to the edge. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
When you're running up the middle, you got so many big boys on the inside. When you run this toss out wide, it's nice because you get away from all the beef. You get to get on the perimeter, make some of those little guys make some tackles out wide. The running back really appreciates when you give him some tosses.
At the 45 on his way. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, David. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and try and ice the game, but there's nothing at this point it seems they can do.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. I got to sell out, man. I got to bring as many guys to the line of scrimmage as I can. I got to find a way to get this ball back to my offense. The clock is not my friend, and them running the football is only going to run this thing out quicker. I got to find a way to make something happen, strip the football, do something.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. And the Commodores will line it up on 1st and 10.
Jackrabbit.
Quick pass on the fly motion. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Got it.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
Bought a little time, lets it go. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field?
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
In these situations, third and eternity, I know exactly what to do. I'm putting more DBs on the field. I know it's a pass, my best pass defenses, and then I turn my pass rushers loose. Go get that QB.
Fires to the right. And it's incomplete, and the defense holds.
You know, there are a lot of people watching this game that are thinking to themselves, where's the sportsmanship? You're blowing this team out. Why are you going for it on 4th down? Why not just punt, give it back, and just leave here with a W? That's because this coach wants his guys to keep executing. I played for a coach in college that would have done the same thing.
And the defense gets to the quarterback.
Man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious.
Ready up.
Line gets set, 1st down.
Lasso.
Looking to move it through the air. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it. And
throws toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Dogs!
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that was a big-time stop defensively. Being physical, creating a negative play on that last run. Now you're setting up 3rd down. This is the critical time. You've got to find a way to get off the field. You're trailing late in the game. Give it back to your offense to go see if they can score.
Throws to the wideout. Pulls it in. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. With the 1st down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Hand off from the shotgun. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mitt. They put one mitt on a running back, and he usually falls.
And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. I know a lot of people thought this was going to be a blowout, but this team said, just when you think you have all the answers, I change the questions.
It's so true, Reese. I mean, they had a lot of dudes that we were talking to leading up to this game just had a chip on their shoulder. They just didn't feel like they were being respected, and they wanted to come out and they wanted to prove a point. And David, they did exactly just that.
And it's so much easier to be the underdog. It's so much easier to coach that team and you go, hey, they're ranked. Everybody's talking about them. You don't have a chance. It just builds all that momentum, all that hate, and you just pour it out on the field.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.